First of all, it's a fucking look. Also, I can't see you this way. Hey. I'm Victoria, like was said. So don't let this fool you, like I actually have really, really terrible anxiety. So, like, clinically depressed anxiety. And so, I forget, because it's such a huge part of who I am, that other people, like, walk around without anxiety. Like, they live without anxiety. For example, last finals week, I was in Strozier with my best friend Sky, who you guys saw. She's amazing. And it was 3 o'clock in the morning, and I went to the bathroom, you know, look under the stall like a good little girl, notice no one's there, open the door, begin, right? Duh. I locked it, like, okay. And then a girl came in shortly after me, presumably with no anxiety, because she fucking pushed my stall door like a drunk person pushes a pole door, and obviously I stopped, like, midstream, full Kegel, because I was startled, and I'm like, I have anxiety over here, I'd have anxiety if I was on your side of the stall, so, but I was sure she didn't have anxiety when she, like, went into the stall next to me and started to, like, shit. I was like, man, that's crazy, because people with anxiety don't shit in public with other people. Like, it says it on my Lexapro, like, side effects, can no longer shit in public. She was not my fave. Speaking of things that aren't my fave, you know what I think is, like, really overrated? 69, like the sex position. You're wooing because you know it's overrated. Yeah. You hear a lot of hype about it, but, like, only in middle school. Like, no one that's ever actually done 69 is like, bro, when you're like, and she's like, it's like, no one thinks that. And, like, no judgment if you like it or anything. It's just not for me, because I don't want my asshole licked. I don't want to lick someone's asshole. Mainly because what's underrated is taking a fucking baby wipe to your ass. Like, it's not just for babies, guys. Okay, they're not just for babies. So, yeah, like, normally, it's always guys, it's never girls who don't wipe their assholes, ever. So, their excuse is always like, oh, like, they're so expensive when, like, toilet paper does the same thing. As someone who has never used toilet paper on my ass, I'm white, I'm privileged, okay? It's like a cheese grater on a rose petal down there. It's like pristine. It's not the same thing, and it doesn't do the same thing. That's my plug for tonight. Use fucking baby wipes. Okay? Thank you. I don't want my face in your dookie butt. Okay? Speaking of getting a viral disease, I've been sick on and off, for a month, and so I just want them to, like, cut out my tonsils, just, like, save us all time and money, but the doctor was like, that's not really your call, and I was like, okay, patience first, like, you're not really getting my vibe, which, in case you've never been to Patients First, my vibe is getting seen in a timely manner and not spending money to be told to take an Advil. So it's just my vibe. You know it, you've been. So, yeah, like, talking about doctors I'm never gonna see again. I'm never gonna see my psychiatrist again, because I go to the wellness center. And yeah, Dr. Sarah, if you know her, you can tell her that I hate her. Because every time I go in there, I'm like, hey bitch, still depressed, pills didn't work, so. And she always asks me 2 questions. The first one is really condescending, and like, could it be that you're maybe a little bit smoking some marijuana, maybe? And I'm like, no, like, I'm only into alcohol, so, like, I'm really about ruining my body, so, no. But you know who does smoke hella weed? An ex-patient of hers who failed every pee test in order to get her Adderall, and that ex-patient is my older sister, Olivia. So, I don't really think she'd have gotten a medical degree because weed is not hereditary. So, yeah. And secondly, the second question she always asks, that question makes me depressed, if anything. And Secondly, I will never, ever, as much as I love men, and my ex-boyfriend will attest that I do, fuck you. I'll never want to kill myself over a dick with a dookie butt. So thank you guys so much. That was my time.